Hello, this video is about early conciliation through ACAS. So who are ACAS? ACAS are a government-funded body who are paid to settle disputes with employers and employees, essentially. They also produce guidelines for employers to follow, particularly in relation to grievance and discipline, for example. ACAS early conciliation is the process you have to go through before you take out an employment tribunal claim in an attempt to reach a settlement with your employer. You contact ACAS essentially, you say you're thinking of taking an employment tribunal claim, you explain why, and you give the details of your employer for ACAS to contact so that they can try to negotiate a settlement to avoid the need for anyone to go to tribunal. It doesn't always work. You also don't have to negotiate a settlement with your employer. You can just say to ACAS, I would like to have an ACAS early conciliation certificate issued and I don't want to negotiate with my employer. It's a unique position in English law where a claimant has to ask permission before they can start a claim. But essentially that's what's happening here. You have to ask ACAS for permission to take a claim to the employment tribunal by asking them for an early conciliation certificate number. Because if you don't get the certificate, you can't file the ET1 with the employment tribunal. One point to note is that you have to obtain an ACAS early conciliation certificate for each respondent. So, for example, if you're taking a discrimination claim, you have to obtain a certificate for your employer. And if you wish to put another respondent on the claim, so for example, a line manager or their line manager who are responsible for the discrimination, if you want to put more than one respondent on, you have to obtain a certificate for each respondent. And ACAS has to go through that process, either for settlement or for issuing the certificate to you before you can process your claim. Adding a respondent at a later date requires an application to the tribunal once your claim has been filed, and they will want to know why you didn't go through the ACAS early conciliation process. Settlements that are achieved through ACAS are usually annotated on what's called a COT3 agreement, which is essentially a form of settlement agreement where your employer agrees to settle your claim with you in return for you not taking it to a tribunal. If that's not possible, then you can file your claim at the employment tribunal in the usual way using the early conciliation certificate number. Now, early conciliation normally takes around 6 weeks, up to 6 weeks to process. It can take a lot less. It cannot take any more. If ACAS believes that either party doesn't wish to settle, then they can call a line under it and they can issue the certificate of their own volition. Or if one party decides that they no longer wish to negotiate, then ACAS will issue you with the certificate number and you can either take the claim to tribunal or not. So that's what ACAS early conciliation is. ACAS website has more details if you'd like to find out more information, and certainly in terms of starting the ACAS conciliation process, you can find an online form on their website. Best of luck with your claim.